Hello, future viewers. We're entering enemy territory now. I expect things to get very messy. Perhaps not something for a kid's book. We'll have to see. We're outside and there aren't any enemies. I don't even see any room for a future encounter out here. What kind of outdoors is this? I'm kind of disappointed. This is not what I expect from Shining Force. This is more cheerful than I expected for a Runefaust city. And that is definitely not the reaction that I was expecting. That's kind of more like it. That's kind of depressing. That's already twice as much friendliness as I expected here. And that's around 15 times as much. Alright, remember how I said I love Shining Force towns? It turns out that the people living here didn't like the war. And they're just happy now that the war is pretty much over. They don't talk a whole lot about the people they lost along the way, which strikes me as a little bit off. But now that I think about it, Rune mostly used monsters to fight anyway. Well, that was a surprise. One could cynically say that they're acting this way so that they don't get on the bad side of the most powerful people on the continent right now, but that doesn't strike me as really Shining Force of them. And these people seem to know more about the Gate and the Ancients than the people of Gardania. So in that respect, they seem like better gate guards than Gardania was. That might be why Dark Soul decided to target them and take them out of the picture. Although we'll probably never know for sure. But yeah, the strange and quirky thing about this town is that they don't hate you at all, and are glad that you got rid of the puppeteer who corrupted their king, and are hopefully going to prevent this sort of thing from happening again. Spoilers, we are not preventing this sort of thing from happening again because there are later Shining Force games, but this will still be better than things were before. Well, that's a nice little tidbit on what the king was like before all this. Yeah, it's not funny exactly, but still, it is surprisingly cheerful and upbeat for, well, given what happened. And that is that is incredibly unexpected. The next town, or I'm sorry, the next town, right. The next battle is over this way, but first I want to show you something. They will sell you weapons, and well, no wonder some of their guys were so well equipped. They just have amazing gear right here. And this particular warhead is a bad thing to miss. Why is that? Well, it was dodgy. We ran into some hiccups, but finally Lyle is he has an attack power that makes him useful. He's actually really good now. He can deal as much damage as a lot of our frontliners, but from 3 tiles away. That's really nice, actually. I'd say that makes him worthwhile. The only question left is blue. And that is a rather serious question because of what I'm going to do next. And if you want a definition of what a secret character is, yeah, checking one piece of shrubbery that's a little bit out of place gets you a new character who is a ninja. Let's take a look at him and why this is going to provoke such a difficult decision. So here we got Hanzo. Hanzo is... you get him later than Musashi, and his stats are not at Musashi level. He's not super strong. The one good thing about him that sets him apart is that if you level him a bit, he gets the shield spell, and I've already talked about how potentially strong that one is. However, he's mostly a replacement for if you have someone who is really far behind in stats, and it looks like blue might actually fit that description because, well, taking him with me from now on is a gamble. Specifically... oop, dang it. Okay. He is still not cut off. His defense is already higher than Hanzo's, but his attack has a long ways to go. So I need to decide on whether or not I should try to take a risk on the next few levels I can get him and hope that they are powerful enough to make him worthwhile. I do not know the answer to this one. The main advantage for blue is that he can fly, and that does give him some advantage, but not as much as you might think for the next couple of battles, and there are not a whole lot of battles left. I could, if I wanted to, replace blue with Hanzo right now and my team would be fine. On the other hand, I don't know. With those levels that caught him up, he might also get more durability on top of that attack, and... well, it's a tough call. I haven't figured it out yet. That's a lie, they can see Hanzo just fine. I don't know. I think that taking the safe choice and going with Hanzo, it doesn't... I'd probably do that if I wasn't recording this for an audience. But YouTube needs a little bit of drama. It needs a little bit of tension. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that gamble and take blue with me and hope that things work out. At the very worst, if I'm at the final battle and blue is still not great, I guess I'll use maybe a couple of stat potions on him. I'm gonna use them anyway, and I foresee a little bit of debate on what should be used on who. I believe there's 4 battles ahead of us. Well, now that I've described the situation, I think that's about it for this town. Yeah, it doesn't have any especially unusual characters in it, which is why it strikes me as a little bit weaker than some of the other towns in this game, but I still want to give it a lot of credit for genuinely surprising me about what was going to happen when I walked in. A more jaded look would be to say that, oh well, the game couldn't possibly imply that you were doing anything that had shades of gray to it. But I think that would be against the spirit of the entire game, to be honest. Well, that being said, if you have a different take on it, I certainly can understand why, and would like to hear it, or more like read it in the comments. Or not. Anyway. That's how you know that these videos are not scripted. It's because I could have said that in a much smoother way. Oh well. Oh wait, no, I don't want to continue. We're done. We're done. We're going to do the battling next time. We're gonna see some new monsters. It should be interesting. And that's also how you know that I'm a little conflicted on what I want to say. Them menu mistakes. Well, better here than in a battle, I guess. Oh, see you later, everyone.